Welcome back for game 2 of Eager versus Erry Day Carry. 1-0 in favor of Eager. A high kill count game for game 1 that honestly from start to finish kind of went in Eager's favor.
We see this a lot from both these teams specifically. EDC most notably is a team that likes to fight, likes to force a lot of things, and that's what they were doing early.
Yep.
Able to find a couple early kills and a Gold Fury, had about 1,000 gold lead, but then they continuously are trying to force these engagements on Eager, but they weren't winning them. They didn't really adapt their play style. They kept up the aggression, and it was very unfortunate for Aggro because there's nothing he could really do in that game as the Zeus. He kept getting dove.
Aggro got a lot of damage off. That was the key. He got a lot of damage off. Can he do it in game 2 is the question. What I'd like to see him on, though, is a god with self-peel. If he's not going to get the protection from his team, which is fine. You know, some teams run that style. Paradigm is a prime example over on the PC side of things. But if you're going to do that sort of style, you need to have self-peel on those gods.
So, picks and bans game 2. Eager going to be rocking the order side once again. So, Erry Day Carry. Electing to stay Chaos seems to be the side they like, and no hesitation, it's going to be Eager banning away the same things.
Thinking about it more, I wouldn't mind Erry Day Carry running the same comp, but maybe just switching Jing
If they switched out that support, it would have been much better.
But then Brochacho's got to play defensive, which he's not really a big fan of. I know he likes to be the aggressive style.
I think Brochacho's the guy that can switch it up. On Jing 10, you can't really peel, you have to be aggressive.
The other option, though, is run Kronos instead of the Zeus for the self-peel. The problem with that, though, is that you lack a little bit of damage, but you're not going to get to run Kronos, Eager says. They like this idea of you running Zeus.
And they're going to ban it away for the second time, so
Odin
no switch in bans. EDC, they banned Isis, I think, in the second half?
It was the second half that it was banned.
Trying to recall, I'm sure if I see it, and it's the same
second ban, but it
was Giannis.
Odin. No. Isis and Giannis were the bans in the second ban phase.
What was their other one?
I don't remember. Kuang. Kuang was
That's
the last
true.
ban this time
That's
round.
true. We'll see if he doesn't want to deal with that again. If it's left open, it's almost guaranteed to go to Myflin. But no, it's going to be Soul taken away.
Eager chose Odin last time, but Kuang is on the table too. So which one would they prefer?
I like the Odin. I don't know if that's what EDC is trying to bait to where they'll get one or the other. I would like to imagine, especially with how effective Dwurst was in that game.
To be fair, Odin's flex anyway. He can go jungle.
You also run the risk of EDC immediately picking up Odin Zeus in that. And against an Kuang, well, Kuang can get out. And that means when Odin's picked early, you have the options to kind of get these characters that can jump out. But that limits your picks, right? If you want these gods that, can't escape the ring, it's a little bit interesting. But EDC, once again, they're going to go back to the Zeus. I mean, they need something to peel for the Zeus. Or at the very least, I need to see a breastplate on Aggro. Like, he just can't get dove repeatedly again.
He got a lot of damage out. Kuang, though, for the jungle this time, so they're going to have an extra threat coming out with the Kuang. Slipping through the bans. Back to Eager, though. This time round, maybe they'll look for the Isis or Giannis a little bit earlier here. Not that we saw Delta Marine play badly on the new war whatsoever. He did pick up the double kill towards the end. However, the Giannis for the extra mobility could help them.
Isis Thor here is a very good combination, right? Not only do you have the pressure in the mid lane against the Zeus Kuang, almost guaranteed unless you kind of get in an awkward spot and get poked out, but you also have the cage combo, right? Isis and Odin, if you can lock in Zeus, I mean, you just drop circle protection on top of yourself, and even if Zeus spins his whole kit, that's going to be reduced damage on top of you.
Eager with their second pick to be locked in. They did pick up the Thor already. I believe Erry Day Carry looked in Zeus Soul last time round, and that's why I think this time we may see Eager look for their mid laner this time, because they picked up Neith to make sure he didn't get banned out against them. So AirCougar had a pretty good matchup against Soul over in that duo lane.
And Neith isn't a bad pick here either. Another god that can set up kills onto Zeus, especially early and help him out.
Cougar had a good performance on it, but I don't think I think it's priority right
Fair
now.
enough. It's going to be Geb. Okay. So I think Team Eager recognized what EDC's weakness was, honestly, and instead of allowing them to adapt and get that Geb to protect the Zeus, they'll just take it away. I actually kind of like this. This is smart.
Well, we're definitely going to lock in for... With the Geb being locked in, it means Odin's definitely solo again. Awilix for the second time, which tells me that Elchapo is possibly playing Kuang solo.
I don't know.
Unless that's Elbow
I don't
Elbow
see
Chacho support Awilix?
No. Please.
Kuang AD carry? In the Hunter role?
I don't know, man. This is so weird.
Those are all things I've seen before. Kuang mid, Zeus AD carry.
I could see a Awilix support on El Brochacho.
And we're going to see rinse repeat from the bans phase again. I'm going to see 2 support-focused bans from Eager. Erry Day Carry will ban Giannis and Isis against Delta Marine. It's not a shock to see that.
They have to.
I don't know why. I mean, I like the Geb pick, but I think they would have been better going with the Giannis or Isis, and then If they have Geb banned against them, fine. You've still got Sobek in the God Pool for Jellly. You had a good game in it last time anyway.
It's going to be Bacchus banned out, so I think a smart ban there, but it does leave Athena open, which is what I imagine El Brochacho going to go into, unless he is running that Awilix support.
Hou-Yi locked in for Erry Day Carry, a more aggressive hunter. So that kind of limits the pool of where Kuang and Awilix are going to go this game. One of them's going in the jungle, I can guarantee you that much. The other one is solo or support.
I don't know, man. This just seems like the same thing where EDC is going to go a lot of damage and have trouble coming into late game when they can't peel for their carries.
They literally have no front line. Awilix and Kuang is what
Zero.
As assassins for the most part are half frontliners is the big key here. There's a stronger side of half frontliners in Thor with the CC and able to stay in a little bit longer. But what you'll see with Awilix and Kuang, they'll go in, get the poke off, and try and get out again. They're not going to stay there forever. Kumbhakarna.
Okay, thank you.
The final, I'm pretty sure it's Awilix solo.
It has to be at this point.
Against
Awilix
Odin
versus Odin is a little bit interesting, but one thing is that Red Pot Awilix, even against these warriors, will destroy them. Like Feather Step at level 2, even if Awilix gets hit by the Bird Bomb, which you can guarantee that's what Odin's looking for, she can turn that fight. This is something that Dwurst needs to be a little bit careful of early, right? It's not something you see run in the solo lane too often, and so I think the damage could really catch him off guard if he's not careful.
Well, Kumbhakarna can get stuck in that Odin ring, so we'll see how that goes. It is Chapo over on that Awilix. No power pot start here by the looks of it, with 3 health potions and 3 mana. Tells me that he's gone for boots, and more than likely I'm going to say bluestone.
No, typically you'll see Destal from the Awilix solo, simply because...
No, it's Transcendence. We're both wrong.
I don't know, man. Chapo just does whatever he wants.
And to be fair, he makes it work. Up, jump party. My favorite kind of pie. Now kill him. Now kill him. Now
this
kill him.
This is the qualifiers.
Oh man! All he had to do then was throw his 2 out, the feather step straight onto Myflin. His team would have killed him. Stuck in place, at least beyond purification. Abused the situation.
At least force him out to where he may not even be able to get to his buffs.
So I was in assault the other day, and the enemy team got very mad at me for getting first blood when they were trying to do a jump party.
Man.
And then they turned around and went, "Why'd you do that? That's so rude. That's so rude." But listen, son. This is not a PvE game. You want to go play a PvE game? Go find another MOBA and then, sit there for 25 minutes.
Hey, you know,
this is
there
PvP.
actually is a PvE. There is a PvE game.
There is?
It's called the Bot Arena game. What you do is you go into an arena game by yourself.
Right.
And it's just a bot game, right?
Okay.
And you try and get as many kills as you can before the game ends. I think the record is like Dibios had like 78 kills.
Wow.
He's definitely the one leading. But Elevate, they're going to be starting off at the mid camps here. They'll grab their blue as well, and Chapo on this Awilix going to be matching up against Dwurst Odin. This is the matchup that we're going to want to pay attention to early.
Is an interesting one from EDC once again, because they're going to be a little bit further ahead in terms of experience at level 2 when they get to lane. So Chapo with 2 abilities is going to be able to wave clear a little bit more effectively than Odin will for a second until he gets a minion death. But luckily, minions set up perfectly for him.
No, he did it. No cooldown on Feather Step, though, but Chapo should be able to knock him up here. And then if he gets the Feather Step,
you don't want to Feather Step under the tower. That's for sure.
Man, you never know.
But immediately going to see a rotation from Myflin over towards those imps in the jungle with the help there of Delta Marine. They did get the wave clear pressure in mid lane a little bit quicker. Obviously, Zeus and Kuang will have a little bit of a slower time than a new Thor. And that's exactly the power of Awilix there. Feather Step every single time the Bird Bomb goes off to avoid the damage.
I would imagine Chapo here is simply going to focus on clearing the wave because he didn't go into the power pot or the Death's Toll. This is telling me he is definitely looking for farming. An early rotation coming out from Weekend, though. Zeus is here as well, and these boars should be uncontested.
This is a rinse repeat of what we saw from EDC last game, though. Look for the early game rotations when they've got wave pressure, push in, find some jungle, steal it away. But the lead wasn't big enough by the time Eager grouped up as a team. They didn't make them punish for it. Even after the gold fury, it was only 1,000 gold lead.
And it doesn't look like this solo lane is going to be as exciting as I was hoping.
Well, let's check in with the duo lane, because we've not seen that just yet. And it is going to be Neith and Geb up against Kumbha and Hou-Yi. And I guarantee you, Neith always will get wave pressure here with the Spirit Arrow.
Even if she doesn't have lane pressure, you're not going to be able to really keep her under her tower. Her clear is just too strong for hunters. It is the highest. You can just see that Spirit Arrow already almost clearing the wave. Combines it with the heal, the unravel, and it's almost done already.
So Jellly did something there that I don't think we really got to see, but we saw Brochacho try and use the throwback at the same time as the knock-up came out from Jellly, which cancels the throwback, so you lose wave clear as well in that. So they're going to lose a couple more minions to the tower in terms of gold. Not too many, though, so they should be able to clear up the most. As Dwurst pressured onto his tower on this right-hand side.
Dwurst also only level 4. You can see Chapo hit 5 off that last wave, so he needs to be a little bit careful with his jumps, but Chapo is low too. He has to be careful.
Going to take some poke. And what I would like to see out of Chapo here is poke down the shield. Potentially poke down the shield here, lower the damage that's going to come out from it. He avoids the damage. And now because Dwurst went for damage there on Chapo instead of wave clear, he's going to have a rough time with these minions, especially if he tries to leap, because immediately he'll get pulled in by Chapo.
He's actually just going to face tank Chapo here, take archer damage as well, but he's not too worried, just saving gold, making sure his wave can get up to those archers and make sure they keep him at bay. But this is going to be hard for him. He can't jump and clear this anymore.
Yeah, no rotation coming in for him. Low on mana, so he's good enough for 2 abilities more than likely.
And you can see Chapo not using his feather step. He knows if Dwurst jumps, he can immediately turn on him.
Good poke damage. How Chapo turns it around the minions, making aggro 2 with the World Weaver coming in. That's exactly what you'd expect. And Chapo will live for half a second. Suku was going to give a kiss. Goodbye, friend.
Doesn't matter. First blood over to Chapo. So he's able to get that 500 gold bounty. Solo kill as well, most importantly. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing with Chapo. We've seen this before. He gets first blood, and then he immediately throws it away. And that's normally on warriors who can recover much better, but this time he's on Awilix. He needs to make sure that he does not throw this away. He has Transcendence finished as well. Dwurst was able to get his boots, so we'll have to see how Chapo can transfer this.
Like you said, Transcendence online 4 stacks already. Dwurst went straight into the jungle and did his blue buff there, so going to lose a couple more minions in the lane, unfortunately. His aggression in the mid comes out. Purification forced on Marine, and the uppercut connects actually with Jellly. Going to look for the root inside the Zeus, not going to find it. Chain Lightning does bounce to multiple targets though, so extra damage, but Jellly stands strong as he is Gep.
That wall was so good for Myflin, keeping Zeus and Weaken on that Kuang on the wrong side of it. They were able to get Jellly low enough to be close to execute range, and honestly, if that wall wasn't there, it would have been a guaranteed kill.
Well, Weaken still hanging around mid lane, just soaking up experience here. And that's kind of what you want to do as an Kuang in the early game. If you find an opportunity for a kill, go for it, but if not, farm. Farm.
Okay. So this is interesting, right? Because looking at EDC's comp as a whole, right? Last game, what we saw was Chapo on a front line, and basically Brochacho is on a front line as well. Couldn't really peel. Now he's actually gone into this Kumbhakarna, who's going to be able to peel for his team.
Yep.
But the problem now is they don't have a character that can dive the opponent's backline.
I mean, they do.
No, I wouldn't. I mean, Awilix, but like it's not.
Kuang and Awilix can both dive the backline if they so choose.
It's a different style though. These are gods that get turned on. When he was tier, right, or if he's Bologna or Vermana or any front line, he can keep players busy. And even though he can't kill them as fast,
that was just abuse.
What he can do is...
That was abuse.
Okay.
So what you saw there, I know you're trying to make a point, but
I know,
that wasn't even
there's
better
no
one.
point.
He brought the shield up and then tried to bomb the minions with it by not leaping. And so Chapo feather stepped it, destroyed the shield so it didn't explode and deal damage to the minions, and then just ran him down.
So Chapo here, going to get turned on by Myflin, but Chapo actually might turn this in his favor. Feather Step going to do a lot if he can find it. Myflin low, one more hit, Chapo!
That's Feather Step for you. That's Feather Step. Feather Step damage there was insane. Root in mid lane, going to cut it with Marine. He's not going to panic too much though.
No red pot, but 33 stacks on that Transcendence.
Painful.
And Myflin was a level down, not something he can fight into.
And EDC baited this Odin pick. That's what happened here. They baited him to go for the Odin again. If you do, we'll go Awilix. And they didn't even show the Awilix to begin with because they showed the Kuang originally, so Eager weren't panicking too much. But once they saw the jungler and the support get locked in, that's when they picked Awilix, knowing, well, we know where that solo is going to be, and it is going to be an Odin.
AirCougar going to burn his Purification, trying to get in a situation where he can backflip to safety, but he's going to be chased down. Hoyi's here as well. Execute not even needed. Zachsy finds the last hit, and now...
Love the rotation from Aggro from mid there as well, though, to support, just in case he was required. As Geb was rotating, so was Aggro to make sure it wasn't available. 4-1, EDC off to a much better start.
Where's Odin? Odin actually goes to the mid lane, expecting to need to rotate over to this left-hand side.
So he's gonna
and
get
this has allowed Chapo, to just walk over this tower. And even if he doesn't get the tower, he can immediately go and steal the boars.
We'll take into account as well, teleport available for both of them just this second.
Oh, he just TP'd out.
And TP from Chapo happens. He's going to come straight towards this left-hand side. There's the fire shots coming out. Wanted to find a rotation. That was for sight more than anything. And Jellly, realizing it, gets away from danger for now as Myflin took to the sky there. Dwurst now teleports on the backside, rotates in, looking for Aggro. Once again, the ring is down on him. Jellly goes in with a knock number 2. Goodbye, Aggro. It starts again, but this time Jellly goes down to weaken.
And Chapo making the rotation, knocking Dwurst up. He's going to find him. Myflin with a stun, trying to back off, but Feather Step, no, it wasn't up. 2 more seconds, and Chapo would have guaranteed that kill. But still, it's going to be a 2-for-1 in favor of EDC here. They're not going to go for the Gold Fury just yet, but Look at those damage charts. 4,800 for Chapo already.
They don't need to go for the Gold Fury. They're winning every lane pretty much for the most part. Cougar was doing okay over here, but now the rotations are starting to hurt him with Weaken and Elbow Chacho making the rotation from mid. And now Weaken's just going to continue farming up mid lane. Zeus did fall down for the very first kill of the game.
Doesn't have, he didn't have his boots matched there, so he has low movement. No Sanctuary as well. Needs to hit level 12, so Odin can kind of just abuse him. He has no way to reduce incoming damage, and Bro Chacho was already focused on trying to set up for the team.
Chacho going to zone away Marine there as the minions did fall down. The Harpies went the way of Erry Day Carry, as you can see.
This is bad for Eager. Right now, Chapo has not only a 3-level lead on his lane opponent, but a 3 to 4 level lead on everyone in the game. He's got Transcendence and Boots max stacked. If I'm EDC right now, I'm making as many plays as I can where Chapo is involved in these fights. I'm trying to extend this lead that Chapo has earned for us. He's got 4 kills already out of the 6 from EDC, including 2 solo kills.
But this is the early game, and this is where we're going to see EDC shine more often than not. When Eager start to group up, their composition will start to hit its stride here. I think they're the whole comp.
I think they're a better team that works in kind of a team sense. Oh,
cancel that bulldog. The bait was even better. That's what you do. That's what you do. You baited it. Dwurst had not leapt the whole time, and the one time he goes to leap, Chapo's like, ah, you finally made... Oh, no, there's a Thor. Oh, no.
No wards on the map, and this is what we see from Chapo. A little worrying sometimes is he'll get a lead, and then he'll continuously try and outplay. I even said, oh, Chapo's going to go for it. Why is Dwurst jumping? Oh, that's why he's jumping.
Well, look at this. EDC trying to set up for a Gold Fury. It'll try and bait somebody in to come and check the Gold Fury pit. Knowing that there's 2 on the right-hand side taking a tier 1 tower. Eager, well aware of what's going on. They recognize it's not being done just yet. The ward was cleared. And now they'll start to collapse slowly as the tier 1 tower right should fall. But blink from Chacho and sleeps 2 of them. AirCougar forced a backflip away, which leaves Jellly in an awkward spot.
Chacho trying to run away. Jelly's going to be slowed here. Suns come out. That's going to be enough damage. Aggro finds that one, but this has allowed Dwurst to rotate over. Right-hand side, tier 1 tower will go down to the Thor, but it looks like he's going to back in time in EDC. They haven't started up the Gold Fury just yet.
They haven't in mid lane. There's a little bit of pressure onto Delta Marine there by Chapo once again, poking him down. Now he's going to rotate towards the Gold Fury if he wants to. Instead, we're going to hold mid lane. So in the end of things, they managed to take a tier 1 tower and right do Eager. Oh, that ricochet missing was unfortunate, but the route is going to be good. There's a ring to try and give himself a second to live, but he will get bursted down. However, Myflin with a big Berserker barrage with the support of Marine to secure 1, and he should be able to get away.
Somehow, Hoyi lives with little to no health. Chapo trying to make something happen with Elbow Chacho here, but it's not going to be. Myflin takes to the sky. He doesn't have enough health for this. This is
risky business.
Interesting.
If he gets the full combo off, he'll be dead.
Yeah,
but
interesting.
The feather step secures the kill before he could get the Berserker.
I don't know what he was thinking there.
He could have got the kill, though.
No. The stun doesn't last long enough. He doesn't have it ranked up. There's no way that stun lasts long enough unless he does his abilities and then backs off. But the problem is, Awilix has such a long reach, especially Feather Step. There's literally no way he wins that fight unless Chapo actually just doesn't press his buttons.
I was going to say, there's literally no way AirCougar gets away from that, but Weaken had no mana to continue the chase there for the Execute as well as the Illusion, so Cougar gets out of danger for now. Gold Fury still stands. Let's check in with the graphs at 11 minutes in now, and we should see it is in EDC's favor with the Gold Fury still standing, but if Eager get that, then we're back to even again.
The most important thing was that Eager was able to gank Chapo when he was really starting to make a stride, right? I believe he was 4-0 at the time, maybe 4-1, and then they come in and they kill him and they slow it down, right? That allows Dwurst to come back into it. You can even see he's still down, not 2,000, but 1,500. Actually, the entire lead is on Chapo. So if Eager are fighting 4v4 and the Soul Laners aren't involved, gold-wise, everything's even.
Everything is even, and Dwurst already got into that hide in the median line as his first major item here, just to get some extra defense up against Chapo here. Those autos will reflect some damage back against Chapo, but it won't be enough to find a kill. Maybe the Bird Bomb will help, though.
Chapo actually electing to go into this Breastplate of Valor, so a little bit of CDR, and more importantly, some physical defense against the Odin, Neith, and Thor, who have repeatedly tried to shut him down.
Oh, the knock-up, though, did connect, but uppercut was even better. They're going to manage to try and find the pick here onto Thor, who does not get out. Did he get out?
He got out. Look at his health. It's so low. But Chapo's made the rotation. Delta Marine in a little bit of trouble, and it's a full-on dive. Zachsy takes out Marine, and now Jellly getting aggressed on too. There's the feather step.
Zachsy's dead though, he doesn't have a leap to get away from this one, but Dwurst will pay the iron price as well, more than likely. Trying to get away, Duke it around. Execute was waiting from Weaken. He picks up the kill, and with that, it could be a Gold Fury opportunity here, but Cougar and Myflin combining, they're thinking about fighting this.
Weaken's here though, gonna find a couple slows, and EDC are honestly chasing this. They should be able to catch Cougar. He's gonna use his purification, but there's way too many people around him. Body blocks are good. Last tick goes to Aggro, and now they're gonna head over to the Gold Fury, but they've allowed Delta Marine and Jellly to respawn because of chasing out AirCougar there.
Because of chasing out AirCougar, but can they do the Gold Fury? So it looks like they're going to head over there. Chapo going to be on zone duty here more than anything. I know he's an award, but he's going to try and keep an eye on where everybody is. Myflin knows about this.
Wants to kill Myflin, and the stun going to be off. There's half his life. One more hit should be good. No, not enough. Delta Marine, though, he's come to mid just to help Chapo, and it's Jellly trying to steal away this Gold Fury.
Jellly's forced to reset for a second. Rochacho very, very low here. Gold Fury goes the way of EDC. Jellly tried everything he could, even with a rollout there.
That was too close for comfort.
If he got that rollout off, it would have been crazy.
EDC, I think, kind of recognizing, like, please not again, man. We lost the last one.
And EDC this game, they've gone for lane dominance. This is what picks and bans are all about for them. Lane domination. And it's worked out well for them so far. The transition to teamfights has been pretty good, especially because Chapo got himself in a big position up against the Odin, which they baited out in all fairness. Mid lane, Thor and Noir against Zeus and Kuang, they've not really been punished.
You know, it's all Chapo to me, right? Not only does he find those 2 early kills, but then his rotations. He's just been more effective than Odin. And Dwurst, you can see 2 and 5 most deaths in the game by far, doubling most of the players on his team outside of Jellly, who has 3, and we've seen him get picked off as well. Dwurst goes in, but he can't survive the burst. He's trying to set up for his team, but his team can't find the damage. And when they go in, they're getting baited. The Hou-Yi and the Zeus ult. Just these massive AoEs that even though these players are squishies, they just sit inside these big damaging ultimates, and there's really nothing that Eager can do right now. They don't have enough burst to finish them off, and they're just taking too much poke sitting inside.
And another talking point as well, as we're looking at Dwurst, who just used his leap, so he's going to be in an awkward spot here as Weaken comes in. He can walk out of the ring. Noir fire shards come raining down, as does a World Weaver across the map, but Dwurst survives, standing strong. But bro, Chacho for me on this Kumbhakarna, much bigger impact than the Jing 10. 0, 0, and 9 this game, but involved in the majority of the games.
You know, it's funny, because he hasn't even had to protect his team, and that was the problem we saw in last game. EDC, they got ahead, but they couldn't protect their carries once, you know, Eager started diving the Zeus specifically. And he hasn't even protected. He's actually been just engaging, and his engages have been more effective than they were on Jing 10 because he can guarantee
it's the wind-up in Jing 10. It's the wind-up in Jing 10. The ultimate from Jing 10 takes such a big wind-up. You can see it coming, purify early. Kumbhakarna,
it's an ult as well. It's an ult as well. You don't even have to rely on that. Right? The blink in, you mez 3, you force out relics.
You get an uppercut, you zone him off with the root, you get land the root in the Zeus ult. The Zeus ult goes off, the damage comes raining down, and the kill goes to you as well because you use throwback.
Myflin, he's going to be forced out as well. Weaken chasing him into the jungle here. AirCougars around the corner. Same with Delta Marine, but they're not going to find anyone.
Pressure from
EDC mid focused on the mid tower.
Yeah, can they get some pressure on here? Well, Cougars here. Chapo has made a rotation over with his tower already being down. He doesn't have to worry about losing anything. So they're going to look for the tier 1 in mid. As you do see the teleport in from Myflin. Gets a single tap off onto Chapo. Not even for the double, but Chapo's still not scared.
He's level 18. He is level 18 right now, and you can see the carries from Team Eager sitting, you know, level 13, level 13, level 14. Even Dwurst, right? The soul laner, level 14. Chapo is doing so much damage, and he's gone into max CDR, so he's not that tanky, right? I think if he goes into a health item next, it's going to be the best thing he can do, but he is doing so much damage. Feather Step is just unstoppable at this point.
Well, I mean, this is double boars, though. Double boars over in the solo lane gives the extra experience. It gets you domination. If you win your lane as well, you're getting potentially 2 sets of boars, the imps, the blue buff on your own, the enemy blue buff on your own. This is where the Golden Experience League comes from these solo laners. But the difference at the moment is just over 2,000 between them.
That's...
Solo.
I was about to say, I was like, that's not that much. Oh, wait, no, that's just the solo laners. Okay. Most of EDC's lead is onto this Awilix, but the Awilix has been part of most engagements. You can see 6, 2, and 4, part of 10 of the 14 kills. Kumba as well, 1, 0, and 9. Look at this, though. Chapo, he's got Blink online again.
The Elds are having a very good game so far.
Hey, man, they're cousins. I guess that means they have good games at the same time. I don't know what I was going.
I don't know. I wasn't sure. I was like, please continue, because I'm like, okay.
They're Elchapo
They're
and El.
I mean, Zindan and Ataraxi
Elchapo.
are brothers, but we don't bring that up that often, you know. Tier 1 Talon right going to be pressured again.
Seen this before.
But Myflin,
what are you doing?
Not going to
what
find
are you
the
doing?
He was ulting.
He is luck. What are you doing?
Gonna have to use his purification in the air now. Uppercut from Brochacho's here. Gonna get rooted in place. Doesn't have a hammer to escape for now. Instead, returns some damage with Berserker Barrage, but the Yawn will cancel that. And now Aggro is here. Hammer came back up in time though to reduce some of the damage from that. Dwurst gonna finally ring in Elchapo, who avoids the damage of the Bird Bomb, but he's still taking a lot of poke from the tower, which Brochacho takes down to make sure he doesn't take more. Geb finally makes a rotation over here to support Chapo. Feeling himself, could pay the price. Nope. Will survive.
He's that new alt, not going to do enough damage. Delta Marine a little bit too far behind, maybe if he had another item, but that was not Myflin to me. You want to know who that was?
Who?
That was Elevate Mytheria, because I saw that same style of play in Elevate. Early on, played phenomenally, but later in the season, when Elevate started losing and they were guaranteed a relegation spot, he just kept doing, honestly, brainless things, where he's just jumping in, he's not caring, he's trolling, and that's exactly what I saw right there. He has his back to an Awilix after trying to go in one-on-one against a character who is 5 levels above him.
Well, brave situation for Eager to be in now. They're up against it, about 5,000 gold down. Gold Fury has respawned again, though. Eager did take game 1, so this is the best of 3. So even if they do lose this game, which it's looking like it could go that way unless they can find a very good team fight in their favor.
This game isn't over just yet. It's a 5,000 gold difference. Left-hand side, Myflin trying to set up a kill onto Zachsy. Not successful, though. I believe Neith was down, maybe if that was there. But this game still isn't that far off, especially consider I believe Team Eager is a better team. I think they fight better together. And I think EDC is a lot of individually skilled players who haven't meshed and kind of had the coordination you would expect from Eager. And that's something that EDC needs to worry about. You can see they haven't really been focusing on this Gold Fury because they know.
But the thing is, Chapo is the only one that's dangerous at the moment in EDC.
Yes.
He's miles ahead, 4 levels above, massive amounts of gold. But if they could just hold off, eventually, Dwurst will catch up. Eventually, items won't matter. Eventually, levels won't matter either. And when that's the case, then this won't make as much of an impact in the fights as it will at the moment.
Oh, Brochacho gonna burn Cougar's
Feels his purification at least.
purification there.
And now the teleport's
Here's the
going to
TP.
come in as well, but they're going to look for Zachsy. He's overextended, has to leap away. Jellly on the front side going to try and create his own as Chapo comes in too. They're looking for Dwurst, who goes into the sky, gets pulled back down again. Aggro ulted to zone at the same time, so Chapo picks up Jellly. Marine goes down to weaken on the back two. Dwurst trying to bravely run away, but going to get rooted out. Myflin trying to do what he can, but drops the wall, but gets evaporated by Chapo, who gets the double. Now he's looking for another kill. Is Chapo not going to find the knock-up, though, as Dwurst jumps away, but EDC trying to abuse that lead and get the gold.
The biggest problem last game was that EDC didn't know how to zone, or excuse me, not zone. They didn't know how to peel for their team. You know what happens there? Chapo, level 20, the hard carry, ignores the players in the back line and goes to peel for his Ho-Yi. He jumps into the cage, he feather steps, and then also Odin out of the air, and then Odin can't get the damage off on Ho-Yi. Phenomenal adaptation.
And after the Gold Fury, they're going to abuse that as well and get the Tier 1 tower in this left-hand side. They could potentially look for a Tier 2 as well, but with the respawns coming through, they may just not risk it and go back and spend that hard-earned gold they got off that fantastic engagement.
8, 2, and 4. Stone cutting sword online. 7,600 gold in the lead. 8,800 experience. This is EDC's game, right? It's up to them at this point to throw or to not take advantage of the lead they have and allow Eager to come back into it.
And Eager can come back into it. That's all they've got to do. They can hang around. They've got 2 Tier 1 towers down so far. So tower-wise, they've only 1 tower down over in that left-hand side compared to that of the enemy team. Down 2 Gold Furies, though, which is going to make an impact. As Dwurst, level 17 now, has the bulwark online.
This is, EDC now needs to make plays, right? They need to guarantee themselves the next Gold Fury, and they need to find a little bit more of a lead before that happens, right? In this 5-minute window, I want to see them group up. I want to see them continuously try and find these picks, and then off of that, start whittling away these towers.
I think
we've only seen them get picks and then go for kind of a jungle buffer too.
I think group up is the shout here. They're ahead. They need to abuse this lead and not allow Eager to just farm through this. Don't let them farm through the lead and stay relatively in this game. Instead, group up, pressure the towers, potentially pressure a fire giant, force a fire giant.
Chapo's not really getting stronger, right? He's kind of hit his peak of effectiveness, right? He's still going to do a lot late game. However, the rest of Eager are only going to be catching up to his damage at this point. Abuse his level 20 lead. Make sure that you can have him shut down opponents' carries, because right now no one in Eager can really deal with him, especially not Dwurst, who's diving the back line.
And Dwurst is actually still being harassed by Chapo over on the right side. His left-hand side harassment onto Cougar. Yes. You see the blink was used. There's the Polynomicon actually going to make an impact if he can find the auto. But Brochacho's there. Has to Sanctuary. Poor Cougar. Everything used on him. Jelly's there to support. Great Cataclysm from him. But it's still not enough as the execute still goes through even though Aggro got the kill.
Who's he going to go on? Weekend looking for targets, and it looks like he's going to go straight for Delta Marine. He comes crashing down. Good Sanctuary to keep him alive for now, but he's being chased down and slowed. One more hit. It's going to be Weekend with the kill, exploding that water illusion. And now Chapo, he's been poked out, but Dwurst can't keep up. There's 3 players behind him.
Weekend a little bit isolated here. Going to juke out the wall, trying to buy time for his illusion and his team to come in. Bird Bomb will come through, though, and Myflin actually gets credit for the kill with a double tap. And with Dwurst jumping in, Dwurst will fall, and Aggro goes on to a killing spree at 5, 2, and 10.
1 for 3, but Elchapo poked out there. I'm a little bit surprised. Okay, no, he has teleport, so this is fine. So now there's 3 members pushing this lane on the left-hand side. Chapo's going to teleport in if he can. No, there was actually no ward over there.
Well, double tap going to hit 2, and Myflin jumps to the back looking for Aggro. Instead, he eats a lot of damage. Probably going to fall down here. Big shield from Jellly will keep him alive. Not long enough, however, as the detonate connects.
And now Chapo going to be up here. For some reason, World Weaver was fired onto Zachsy. I'm assuming that was sent right before Myflin died, and maybe hoping for the turnaround. Left-hand side tower going to fall. And now, EDC, this is what I wanted from them. This is what I wanted from them.
They need to find picks, and it was actually, I believe it was Dwurst that teleported in first there to that engagement to help his team, and ended up going the other way around with Chapo.
I mean, that's just the lead EDC has, right? They're allowed to fight, and you could see them make a couple mistakes. They dropped a player. Chapo almost dies
as well. It's fire giant time now.
But it's...
We'll see if they go for that as Delta Marine, level 16 in the mid lane. Started to fall behind on Aggro now as Aggro has picked up more of these kills, more of these objectives now with his team. And now he's under pressure in mid lane as he has to use Purification and the Fire Shards, but
there's
nobody's there to support him. So he's still going to fall down unless Chapo misses some abilities. It's not going to matter because he'll just poke him with that long range pokey stick. Nope. Won't find the kill because Myflin finally turns up.
Chapo in an awkward spot, though. Brochacho's going to recognize it. He blinks forward, and the pool going to keep Chapo alive, but he's stuck inside the cage. Myflin takes to the sky. AirCougar finishes off Chapo.
With the backflip, and then Myflin, though, going to go straight towards the fire giant that was being done there. Got the fire giant! Myflin stole it, and now they've got to try and run away. Blink from Jellly, Cataclysm hitting 2. Aggro under pressure, he's very, very low. They just need 1 hit to slow him down the knock-up. Jellly gets the kill with that one. The backflip from Cougar's going to isolate Weekend into an awkward spot. Weekend still looking for the kill, not going to find it. Instead, Cougar gets credit for it. Eager have turned it, and they're going to get some towers now.
Absolutely brutal. Chapo tries to pick off Delta Marine. Delta Marine able to juke him out just enough to allow Myflin to rotate in time. There was no one near that new wall when Chapo first tried to pick him off. And then he gets turned on. Brochacho tries to help him. The rest of EDC are 3-manning Fire Giant. Myflin crashes down, steals it, and then because there was only 3 players on that Fire Giant, EDC, all their members were poked out. And Eager were able to find 3.
And they're going to find a 4th now. Brochacho in that ring will not get away. It's time to go to bed, Brochacho. Your first death of the game will result at the 25-minute mark. Fire Giant still on 5 members of Eager. 2 tier 2 towers fell then. A Phoenix on the right-hand side. Only 2 towers remain. Let's go to the graphs, and we'll see exactly how this one's playing out now as Chapo goes back in, though.
Myflin going to be chasing him out, and this is the Chapo that you have to worry about, the one that tries to make the plays. Myflin going to take to the sky, even though he was knocked up. 1 more hit, a good feather step, but he's actually building and wasting a lot of time for the rest of his team to come in, but he was in range.
It took an army to bring him down, but Weekend's just rotating him from the jungle now. Keep an eye on him. Got to blink in, find the pick on Dwurst. Next one, who's next? He's got Illusion available, but already knocked to half, has to Illusion away. The boys of EDC, they'll want to try and give chase, but they maybe just have to back up and accept the fact that they made the mistakes.
A 10K gold lead not 2 minutes ago has now been reduced to 3,000. Look at that dip. Eager making a beautiful play off of mostly EDC's mistakes, right? That was those were 2 mistakes by EDC, and then a beautiful play by Myflin to recognize what EDC was doing. Comes crashing into the fire giant. I thought he was going to go for Chapo.
I did too, and I think when he went up into the aerial view, he saw it and was like, hang on, I've got to go and try and contest this, because 2 of them are in mid, finds the steal, and now Myflin set them up to be back in this game. This game, for all intents and purposes, is actually in Eager's favor, because the fire giant's on their side. They've got the Gold Fury to take in. If they get this, we're even.
I don't know if they want to risk this just yet, though. You can see them kind of debating on the TP, but Chapo's going to spawn first. He'll teleport in, finds Jellly, and now Jellly plucked into the team.
Don't think you want Jellly, though. Cataclysm goes off as Myflin goes to the sky. Cougar evaporates Chapo. Aggro's next to be focused on as the ring was down, but Aggro survives. Marine gets credit with the fire shots. Dwurst on the front side trying to zone him out. Myflin trying to create a space with the wall. Zachsy forced to purification and jump away. Brochacho being charged down. Meditation comes out from Eager. Yawn from Brochacho to buy himself a moment, but now they can look for the tower and left.
I don't know what you do if you're EDC. This is... Bye-bye, minions.
Bye, minions.
This is just the morale hit.
Guys, it's a 2-2.
From being so far ahead. Finally, you have the opportunity to take a game off of Eager there, and then everything within 2 minutes is turned on your head. 2,000 gold lead now reduced to only 500. Fire Giant still around the waist of all members of Eager as they look for this Phoenix.
Blink from Chacho, going to yawn onto Thor, keep them busy. Fire Giant below half health, though, as Zachsy is going to die to fire shots. No, Sanctuary will save him. The Phoenix, however, will not be saved, and neither will Brochacho. He'll go down to AirCougar, and Eager looking for the 3rd Phoenix in the mid lane. They were behind for a long, long period of this game as Chapo comes back in.
Oh, there's the Geb Shield, though. Sanctuary as well. Delta Marine actually not only going to stay alive, but might be able to turn this on to Chapo, and he does. Weaken eliminates AirCougar in the mid lane. Dwurst a little bit low. He's in execute range. Weaken, he has that up, but it's going to be Myflin stunning him out, locking him in the wall. One more hit. There's the knock-up. Jellly with the rock finishes him off.
The rock says...
Done. Oh, wow. Frustration seeps into EDC. I think the game was over either way.
It was dead. The game was done. I'm pretty sure minions had done most of it there. So, Eager somehow managing to 2-0 this week over the North American console qualifiers. Eager 2-0. I'm so really surprised. If you would have tuned in at any moment up to like the 20 after the 20 minutes.
It was the 24th. It was, I think, the 24th minute.
First 20 minutes was all Erry Day Carry.
Chapo's like, look at this new wall all alone in mid. This is mine. Gets her to half-life, right? And then after that, she takes to the sky, buys a little bit more time, pops the fog when she lands, and Chapo finds the knock-up through the fog, but can't find the auto attack to finish her off. That buys time for Myflin to rotate in. And let's it's Myflin for me. Let's watch Myflin here and the turnaround he had.
I mean, it made a mistake over the solo lane at one point, but
as the teleport, that's what it was.
Double tap, doesn't connect, but spins on it and realizes he's going to get focused now. So instead of staying in there, the yawn coming through, he realizes he needs to get back involved, so he's going to use the ultimate.
Chapo's dead at this point. Oh, he looks straight to it. He already knew it.
Doesn't reach it. Waits. Double tap. Last second, the single. I'm pretty sure that was the single that got it. Double wasn't even needed. And then Jellly's presence of mind to follow that up. The presence of mind from Jellly as well just secured that for me.
10,000 to 3,000. In you said such a small sequence.
We both said this, but you majority was talking about Chapo over in the solo. That's where the gold lead was. That's where the experience lead was. It was all on Chapo, and the rest of the team was even.
That teleport. That was because that's what I was like. That's what I was really surprised. I thought Myflin had actually walked up to him and kind of met him there in time, but it was the teleport. Chapo was not thinking about that, and that's so hard when you have the wards and no one's on the map, and I'm assuming they just watched Thor backed, right? That's what I'm assuming. Chapo went on that.
Crazy, crazy games. But that's the end of things today. However, tomorrow we do have Monday Night Smite Pantera, or Panthera, whichever way you want to call it. If you want to get upset with my spelling, I'll say it how I want to. Thank you very much.
I said Pantera on accident once and I got blown up for it.
It's Pantera. They're up against Cringe Crew. Still going to be using Defiance over in the solo lane for them, as Zashu unfortunately received his suspension from competitive play for the time being. That will be tomorrow at, I believe it's 3 p.m. EST?
It is starting at 3 p.m. EST, correct.
3 p.m. EST, which for EU time zones is 9 p.m. CEST. So make sure you tune in for that one and have a wonderful time there. But that's the end of it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. From myself, Brandon, F. Adanas, and of course,
Pecky.
Ziden. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you all later.
No, it's Peckies.
Who's Peckies?
The RuneScape streamer.